Alright guys, good morning everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's Mark here with Red Star Loft. Hope you guys are having a good day. And from the outside it doesn't look too bad, but we're about to get into it because boy was 105 miles a rough and interesting experience. First of all, I was planning on recording it, but I messed up a couple things about it. I started recording the toss in the morning when I was packing them up, and then I messed up the recording of the release. And then when I came back home, there wasn't really much of arrivals to record. So yeah, I basically ended up not getting a video for a 105-mile toss, but it's okay because there wasn't much to get. So basically, what happened was I was up at 4:30, came out here, packed up the birds, and I was on the road by 5 o'clock. Took them to 105 air miles. Let me give them some grit. Oh, pardon me. There we go. Took them to 105 air miles, which was about 112 driving, and let them out, and things were looking good straight off the bat. They really went as a team, and they didn't go in the wrong direction. They weren't circling around too much for too long. They were above me for maybe 2 minutes at the very most before they disappeared and went straight north, which is the direction that they were supposed to go. So I was real optimistic that they were going the right direction. The wind was minimal, not minimal, but it was about 4 to 5, maybe at the most 4 to 5 miles an hour. And at 6:30 a.m., about the time I let them out, it still wasn't too hot. The temperature was in the low to mid 70s, and so yeah, the conditions were good. Clear skies were clear. But then when I got home, you know, obviously I didn't expect them to get home the same time as me when I'm flying 85 miles an hour down the highway. But as I waited for another 45 minutes at home before I had to go to work, no birds came back. So more or less at 11 o'clock, hours later, first 2 birds showed up. 2 birds at 11 o'clock. And then at 11:45, we had eight more birds show up. And by the time that I came home on my lunch break, which was at 2:30, there were 12 birds in the loft. And at that point, it was already in the mid-high 90s, and it was hot and humid and not optimal for any bird whatsoever to fly. But yeah, at around 2:30 I was looking at 12 birds, which was definitely not an encouraging sign. So I didn't think as many were gonna come back as ended up coming back. I'm still guessing a few more will pop up, but basically as I went back to work and came back after work, I stayed late, so I was home around 7 o'clock. There were 22 birds in the loft, and then by the end of the night, we were at 29 birds. And this morning when I woke up and came outside, I saw there were 5 more birds. So I have 34 birds back out of 53. So 19 birds as of now are missing. What happened to them along the way? Pardon me. What happened to them along the way, I really don't know, and it's really hard to say. You know, I don't think it has to do with their condition, in my honest opinion. I don't think it has to do with their health. But, you know, something could have split them up. They could have gotten mixed up with other pigeons. Honestly, at this point, who knows? But yeah, it looks like the losses are going to be significant. One of the birds came back without a chip. I have no idea what happened to him, but yeah, as of now, we're missing 19 birds. So, and yeah, I'm more optimistic than I was yesterday, because yesterday when I saw there were 12 birds, I didn't think I was going to get up to 20. I thought that, you know, if I get 20, I'd be happy. We're already at 34, so it looks like they are trickling in. Probably get a few more birds throughout the day, so but the losses will still be most likely in the double digits, so that's where we stand. This guy came back this morning, right here, this check, pied check, whatever it is. This dude that I just cannot get rid of, he came back this morning as well. I've had a couple of reds come back this morning, not these checks, but a couple of red bars and a blue bar. I was real happy to see him come home. He came home on his own around, like, I looked on the clock, he came around 3 o'clock, so I had a group of 5 of them clock in at 11:15, all in literally the exact same second. So there was a group of 5 birds that looked like they were flying. That looked like they were flying together all day. But yeah, today the guys from yesterday look much better. But yesterday, you know, around 7, 8 o'clock when I was in here looking at them, they really looked beat up and exhausted, because it looks like, you know, they've been on a wing on a really hot day all day. So we'll give them a break. We'll let the birds trickle in. I'll give them plenty of feed. They'll always have plenty of water and vitamins. They'll have plenty of grit. And what's today? Tuesday. So yeah, they're going to be resting all of Tuesday, all of Wednesday, all of Thursday, probably all of Friday. We'll let them get nice, rested, get full. I'll let them eat as much as they want today and tomorrow, and then I'll kind of cut it. Jesus, what is wrong with me? And then I'll kind of just let them eat once a day as much as they can, instead of having feed around. And then we're gonna start testing them again on tosses, but you know, I'm not gonna take them to 50, 70, 90 miles. I'll take them to about 20 miles just to gauge how they do, see how they come back, and we'll take it from there. But yeah, this is a inconvenient thing to happen 3 weeks before the season starts, but yeah, it is what it is. Can't do much about it. Can't change anything about it. That's where we are. I'm you know, unlike the toss last year where I lost most of the birds, I'm really not blaming myself this time around, because the weather conditions were more or less ideal for flying. So something happened. It sucks that it happened, but that's where we are. So this guy right here, and one of the red bars, I think it was this guy over here, they were standing in the aviary outside under my breeder aviary, and I essentially walked right up to them and grabbed them with my hands and just put them in a loft. They looked like they were really, really exhausted. So, but I'm real glad that the ones that made it back did make it back. I'm hoping more end up coming. I'm sure that there will be a few more. Like I said, I'm at 34, so if I could get up to 40 birds, I'd be more than happy. That's still a solid number to race with, so I'd be happy with a 40 bird team, but we'll see. I was saying I'd be happy if 20 come back, and I was saying I'd be happy if 30 come back. So obviously now I'm saying I'd be happy if 40 come back, and if that does happen, I might bump that up to 50. So that's, we obviously want as many good birds as we can have. So we're always going to be wanting that. But yeah, that's more or less where we stand, guys. It's been a rough 24 hours for these birds, that's for sure. And these are the lucky ones that made it back. So there's definitely the unlucky ones that are gonna have it even rougher. But I'll do what I can, take care of them, get them to recover. Like I said, a lot of them look much better today already. Once they've had a good night's sleep and got some water, some grit, and plenty of feed, they're recovering. So a few of them even thought I was going to let them out when I came out, so they piled up into the little aviary to be released. So that's that's the update today, guys. A lot of talking and not a lot of action, but there was a lot of action and no talking yesterday, so it kind of evens out. So I'm gonna go give my breeders their grit and get ready for work. And I'll give you guys an update the next few days and see what's going on and how many more birds have made it back. So until then, as always, guys, I appreciate you watching, liking, commenting my videos. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And I'll talk to you guys later in the week. Take care.